No accident.
Akai Gurley.
No accident.
Akai Gurley.
No accident.
Akai Gurley.
No accident.
Akai Gurley.
No accident.
All right, brothers and sisters, how we feeling right now? I know. We need to do better than that, because I don't know if you see around you, but there's hundreds of people around the pink houses right now for Akai Gurley. You are here because you believe 100% that this man was murdered by the NYPD. You are here because you stand for every police brutality victim that has been killed by the NYPD. Right now, Akai Gurley's family is here. His daughter is here. What is his mother supposed to tell her daughter about her father? This is why we're here today. We're not here for no ploy. We're not here because it's cool. We're not here to take a selfie. We're here to stand with our community. Because when we did outreach in the pink houses, they told us there was a Akai before we said Akai Gurley. They told us that they lost their sons, their grandsons, their daughters. They told us that cops always brutalize this community. Everywhere is pink houses. This is a serious epidemic we're dealing with. When you say the statistic, every 28 hours a black or brown person is killed, people don't want to hear that. They think we're crazy. They think we're losing our minds. They think we're out of control. No. We're telling the truth.
Tell the truth.
Our people are being slaughtered. It is genocide. They want to call us savages for being out here. They want to call us inconsiderate. What about when our brothers and sisters and our children and our parents are killed? It goes to business as usual. We got to make up ceremonies and places for our people. They don't do it for us. Who are the real savages? Who are trained to kill? Who are trained to be sociopaths? Not us. Because right now when I look around, all I see is community. All I feel is love. We got people here from out of state. We got people here from the Bronx. We got people here from Staten Island. We got people here from Manhattan. We got people here from Queens. We got people from everywhere.
Jersey.
All over the country. Akai Gurley's family came from Jersey to stand here. Because this right here is a building, but it's a grave site. Can you imagine you walking with your family and it's the last step that your loved one took before they died? And that cop called his union rep? Okay? He hit up his union rep. So he had to get his story right. That man was dying on the ground and he had to get his stuff together. Well, we got our stuff together. Because we're not invisible. Because I see all of you. I respect all of you. I will stand with all of you. Just like we're standing here for Akai Gurley. Just like we're standing here for his family. Because let me tell you something. It might be one of us later. How many names do we not know? What about Tamia's Rice's mother? 12 years old. Gunned down in the street. What about little Ayana, 7 years old, killed in her house? That cop got acquitted. But we're not supposed to be in the street. We're not supposed to be active. We're not supposed to be loud. We're not supposed to yell and chant for our people. Oh no. They got a rude awakening. So right now, we're going to have Ty Black come here. Please listen to what this sister has to say. Give her your 100% attention. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to keep it pretty brief. Hold on, bring her back up here. Bring her back. I'm going to keep it pretty brief until we get to the precinct. We have Akai Gurley's daughter right here, Akai Gurley.
Akai.
She's out here representing for her dad. So she's with us today. So this is, you know, we got to be the strongest behind her. Here. Everybody see Akai? Hold the sign up. She's right here. Oh, pardon me. Here we go. Yeah, so Akai Gurley is right here, and we're walking behind her. So we're going to be her strength. Okay? Now, we want to be clear. Don't let anybody tell you this is not racism. This goes back, far back, since we got here, since slavery. The police officers were called overseers at that time. So go back and do your history. Now, today is the second day of Kwanzaa, and there's a principle to today that we're doing, and it says, speak for yourself. So these politicians that have been making statements for us, we have never seen them on the ground. They haven't spoken to us, so how can they make statements for us? So anything they say is ignored by us until they come and speak to us face to face. So they give us our official sit down. So we're going with our business as usual. So while they're mourning theirs, we're mourning Akai Gurley and thousands others. Okay? Now, we have speakers that are going to speak here that isn't speaking at the precinct, so we want to let them speak so we can go ahead and start marching. Where's the sister with the... Okay, here you go. What's your name?
Aja.
Okay, now we have Sister Aja. So bring her on. I mean, are y'all really ready for a revolution? We're not just in the street. Are y'all ready for a revolution? Yeah! Say fist up! Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up.
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up!
Fist up! Fist up!
I hear Bratton says that the NYPD were killed for their blue. I say to Bratton, brother, you don't know blue like black knows blue. We are the blues. Our blood bleeds blue far before it is red. We do not fear death because we know that death is not the end. There are men who have vowed to be the epitome of justice, to uphold the law. They have taken sworn oaths to protect citizens, and therefore we hold them accountable to this oath. But I am afraid the law does not care about black people. America prides itself on being the land of the free, as if it is a privilege to call us free. Freedom is a birthright, and black people have been taught that this is not our birthright. We have struggled to steer our own in the choosing of our hearts. We have struggled to make homes with our hands, to love each other with dignity. All we've known in this country is struggle. I grew up in New York City watching each man I have ever loved be indicted into this racist system, charged guilty before knowing the crime. The crime is blackness. The crime is poverty. I've been walking the avenues of inequality this city my whole life, and I am waiting. I am waiting for somebody to show me, to tell me what are the cross streets to justice.
Oh snap.
I would like to see a day where this is no longer, where we do not have to protest, but we were born a protest. Our blood is the riot. Our blood is the blue and the red, and all the struggle has defined what America means by freedom. New York City will continue to show these streets protesters. New York City will continue to raise the names of Gurley, Garner,
That's right.
all the names that we have seen for far too long.
That's right.
Please do not be numb. Please do not be afraid. Continue to show up. Continue to care. Our community needs you.
Hello.
And we will march. We will march until our feet are tired, until our hearts are wearied. We will continue to march. Do not be afraid. I spread love. I speak in peace, and I honor all the spirits that are here before and after us, because we know we are not alone. We know we are not the evil that is projected onto us. So speak love, be love, and follow in those footsteps.
That's right.
Praise y'all.
Next, we have Kathy Dang from CAV, organizing Asian communities. So it's important for us to have this Afro-Asian solidarity. So, although Officer Liang was Asian, we have solidarity with the Asian community. That's important to us. Diversity in this movement is important to us. Kathy.
Thank you.
I want to thank the family, the Gurley family, and the organizers for inviting us out today. It's important that we are here. We have been in the movement, in the fight for against police brutality for 29 years in New York City. Every 28 hours, a black life is taken by a cop or an armed vigilante. With a non-indictment of Dan Pantaleo for the murder of Eric Garner and countless other cops and armed vigilantes who have killed black lives, we call for humanity and the value of all lives, but especially black lives targeted by state violence. In order to do that, we must call for an indictment against Peter Liang, as we have with all cops and armed vigilantes who have killed members of the black community. CAV, Organizing Asian Communities, supports the family of Akai Gurley, the residents of Pink Houses in East New York, in the demands of ending broken windows policing and the removal of Commissioner Bratton from his post. Last week, CAV held an action in Chinatown where we organized low-income tenants and where residents and our members have expressed negative interactions with the cops. It is also where Siobhan came and spoke passionately about Black and Asian solidarity working together for police accountability. We call for all members of the Asian communities to stand with CAV to mourn the life of Akai Gurley and black and brown lives lost to police violence. We stand with us in supporting the demands of the Gurley family and the community because black lives matter and because Akai Gurley's life matters.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So now, we're going to have a young man named G.A. come to the bullhorn. Please give him your solidarity.
In the month of December, I must have spent at least 28 hours in holding cells, man. At least 28. It might have been like 32, 34 hours in holding cells. Since the first night, I've been out here. Since Wednesday night of Eric Garner's his decision not to indict him, I've been out here and I've been getting locked ever since. But this don't mean nothing. All the hours I spent don't mean nothing. Because Akai Gurley's daughter ain't getting the car back. She ain't getting no father no more. She ain't got no father. I can't speak on that because I can never imagine that. Having your father take you from you like that. Countless fathers, sons, brothers, grandsons, grandfathers. These cops don't care. The system don't care. I would not mind spending 48 hours in jail for y'all. 48 hours in jail for Akai Gurley. They can hold me as long as they want. I'm gonna be right back out here when I get out. Right back out here when I get out. Now, don't let the media confuse you. Make you try to feel bad for some police officers. We too busy feeling bad for ourselves out here. We too busy. In the videos, right? You can see the cops when the cops were shot. It's a tragedy. Yeah, it's a tragedy. Look how the cops reacted. Look how fast they jumped on top of those cops. Non-stop CPR. Did you see the video? Non-stop. Back to back. These cops will sit here back to back giving each other CPR. When Eric Garner was on the floor dead, what they do to him? Huh? They nudged him with their boot, like, get up. That's what they did. When Akai Gurley was dead in a building behind me, what they did to him? 6.5 minutes. They letting this man bleed. Texting the union. Black lives matter too. I ain't got time to worry about no cop, because Black lives matter too. Look, I appreciate every one of y'all coming out here for real. As long as y'all out, I'm gonna be out too.
That's right.
No matter rain, no matter snow, no matter hail, nothing. I'll be out here with y'all. Black lives matter.
So, now we were talking about our elders before, and there's this woman here, her name is Miss Donna. Welcome, Miss Donna. Say hi, Miss Donna. And she has something that she wants to give to you guys, so please give her your support and your ears.
Hi everyone,
Hi, Miss Donna.
my name is Donna, and we want to close this rally this evening. We shall overcome.
Yes, we will.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome one day. How deep in my heart I do believe that we will overcome someday. The world is watching. The world is watching us. The world is watching. Everything that we do, the world is watching us. It's crazy. Our sons, our daughters, our grandfathers, our mothers have to be dropping in the streets like dogs. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. It's out of order. We have no sense right now. Killing is not the answer. Killing is not the answer. When you give respect, you earn respect. They are not given. So, hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Hold on, she just shot the crap out of me because she was singing and then just turned straight militant Christian on us. So that's what we need. Those are spiritual leaders we need.
Yeah, Miss Donna.
So I just want to take a few seconds to acknowledge some people that also, before we have our last speaker, that also need our solidarity. Chantel Davis's aunt is here. Kamani Gray's family is also here. So as we know, this situation affects all of us. When one is killed, we're all killed. When one can't breathe, none of us can breathe. And we have to acknowledge those families that continue to fight. And so I wanted to take a moment to shed light on them. Now, the last person we're going to have to speak before we start, before we get the Gurley family to the front to lead us, is Asede. Asede is a member of Malcolm X Grassroots. Asede is also the co-founder of Crystal House, which is not too far from here. He is one of the organizers of this march that has been working with the Gurley family, and he loves all of you. So please welcome him to the bullhorn.
Akai Gurley's murder is not an accident. But I'll tell you else what's not an accident. This weather right here is not an accident. This weather right here is divine.
Exactly.
There ain't no Willie Lynch syndrome here. We got the elders, we got the youngins, and we got the young.
Yes, sir.
Akai's murder is not an accident.
Yeah.
The shoot first, ask questions mentality is not an accident. It's a paramilitary approach to training police officers. It's a paramilitary approach to policing our communities. Akai's murder is not an accident. We're here today to show that we know it's not an accident. We will end the militarization of our communities. We will make sure, and we will say we refuse to be policed differently based on race, based on our sexuality, based on our economics. Akai Gurley's murder is not an accident. Every 28 hours, a brother and sister is being shot. We will end this genocide. We charge genocide. Akai Gurley's murder is not an accident. We understand that the NYPD is a dog. Every once in a while, that rabid dog needs to be hit around. But we understand who they represent. We got to get the folks that are holding that dog's leash.
Pat Lynch gotta go.
Pat Lynch is a dinosaur. Is a dinosaur that his time is ended.
Straight out of gangs in New York.
We understand that the financial elite in this city and the real estate elite in this city use that dog to try to clear out our neighborhood. We are not blind. We are coming together today to make sure that they know we see them too while they throw the blue in front of our eyes. Akai Gurley's murder is not an accident. We understand for the last 35 years that they've been trying to displace and push out the brown and black folks in this city. And we're telling them we're not going anywhere. We tell them that in fact what we're going to do right now is that we're going to get ready to march. So when I say Akai Gurley is not an accident, what do we say? Fist up! Fist up! Fist up! Fist up!
Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
Akai Gurley! Akai Gurley! Akai Gurley! They somewhere to
stop the violence, stop killing us. Justice for Akai Gurley. Justice for Akai Gurley. Full street, our street. 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 Full street, our street.
is how they show disrespect. Well, we can learn a thing or two from that. We're going to do the same thing. So on the count of 3, you're going to put your fist up and you're going to face away from them. The only people that should be facing them is these soldiers behind me to make sure we all right. All right? 1. Can y'all hear me all over?
Yes.
I'm a short guy. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn around.
Turn your back.
We got no word for this. If you want security, just watch it. Hold that fist up. They want to take a picture of this. See, this is what unity looks like when we work together. This is a strong message to them, and a strong message to us. So the family's going to say a few words. No. We're going to move from here to another precinct. I'm going to turn the mic over to someone who will explain the next move. And when I turn the mic over, give them their attention. All right? So on 3, we're going to make it a battle face all together like an organized unit. 1, 2, 3, a battle face.
That's unity.
Now, if y'all can look on the roof, they up there smoking cigars like they having a nice day.
Y'all think it's
So
funny, right?
understand the type of freedom that we're going to
One mic. Tell them to be quiet.
All right. Family, gotta get that off your chest. Hold on.
Wait.
We're going to proceed on to the next precinct and leave them with their cigars where they at.
Nobody else move.
Nobody else move.
One mic. Nobody else move.
We'll never be defeated!
Telling us what to do. We can take care of ourselves. It's time for Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens to stand up. We gotta start taking care of ourselves. They not here to protect us. They here to kill us. Stop teaching your children that those are the friends. They're not your friend. They want to design to be your friend. Study your history. They were designed to keep slaves in check. And they still doing their job. So stop saying that the police are all of a sudden bad. They always been that way. The only difference is you don't know. Now it's time for you to wake up. How many more of this do we gotta take before we wake up? Now some of you, you know the Exodus story. You You know what time it is when Pharaoh got a certain way? We had to separate. We had to do our own thing. Our own thing is controlling our community. The black community is not a hunting ground.
No.
It's not some safari for some white cop to come in and kill a couple of niggas and go home and brag about it. And if you are a so-called white person in this crowd, your job is to get in your community and tell your community what's going on in my community. Yeah. We are at war.
That's right.
And if you serve, you know what that means. In wartime, you think like wartime. This is not a game. We ain't gonna let this die down and they just go home. See, this is what they think. They'll argue for a couple of months, then they'll go home. We ain't going home.
We ain't going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere. Ain't no peace. Ain't no peace. And we gonna make our own justice.
That's right.
Thank you, everyone.
I know the one thing we did right was the day we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Akai Gurley.